and welcome to the Audiophile Barista's weekly vlog number 69. And today I want to talk with you about what is happening in my house because of the channel that I have. And you see over here I am doing some work, giving online training, so this is my work setup. So it is already a little bit of a mess, but there's even more mess in my house because I love this hobby, but because of the channel there is a lot of equipment coming in, and it means that my house is overflowing with all kind of stuff, power cables, interconnects, things that I'm changing, connectors, power connectors. And over here you have the quad set, another quad set. Over here is the LS3, not the LS3 but the SoundArtist loudspeakers and the amplifier. Over here you see the box that I showed you in the movie yesterday. This is from the Grundig loudspeakers. So if you haven't seen that yet, I only put it out yesterday, but if you haven't seen it yet, make sure to check it out so you know what these little things are. Here's some lights for filming, and even down below here you see all kind of boxes, because all this stuff right over here, the amplifier, loudspeakers, and of course the other stuff that I have, like the Wilsonton, they all come in boxes, and these boxes need to go somewhere. And one of the reasons for making this video is that I normally have my main system, so the Ocellia loudspeakers. I have my two mono amplifiers right over there. I'll tell you in a minute why they are not over there. I have the big rack where everything is, and the other Ocellia loudspeaker. That is my main set. Now, because of the channel, and I like this very much, but because of the channel I have this table, and a lot of times there is other equipment like amplifiers that come as a guest right over here and that I want to try out, so I put them on the table. Down below here there's now two CD players, so I have some sources over here, and it is used to work on these loudspeakers, so they get a signal. But it also means that I have two sets of loudspeakers, right, one behind the other. Now that's not a problem because this is the hobby, but it is getting a little bit crazy. So I was thinking, because one problem is that every time when I'm setting up this, I had to take loudspeaker cables, power cables, interconnects from the main system, use them over here, and afterwards place them back again. And I thought, well, I'm going to change that, and I'm going to make some let's say spares. So that's why you see all these. These are just power cables, and I made some that are a bit longer, as you can see, because right at the rear of the rack I'm trying to make the power cables custom made, so the length that they need. But in order to get right over here to the sources and stuff like that, I was using this power source, and that is one that is connected to the power regenerator from PS Audio, but it is used mainly for the REL subwoofer that you see over there, and that's where it gets its power. So I have to unplug it every time I'm having guests. And as you can see, this loudspeaker cable normally is in there, and at the moment there is nothing on the Ocellias. So that is why I have all kind of spares at the moment, like some interlinks, loudspeaker cables. Here's a power cable that I took the connectors off because I'm trying to make some of this stuff so that every time I get a guest I can use it right over here. Now, one of the things that I believe in is clean power. That's why I have the regenerator. But because this system was going to be completely apart from the main system, so I got myself one of these, a Dynavox P3500. This has 8 outlets. 4 of them are filtered, mostly for digital equipment, and 4 of them are not. So that's where you would put something like a power amplifier. This I bought yesterday, second-hand. It's still in a beautiful condition, and that's what I'm going to use, but I'm not going to use it right over here. Up until now, because this is also a filter from PS Audio. This was actually my first audio filter that I bought, and I love this thing, but because of the regenerator it became a little bit obsolete, and it ended up behind my computer system. And it might be beneficial for a computer system to remove some spikes and stuff like that, but it always bothered me that having such an expensive thing just for your computer. So I thought, well, I'm going to switch, because many times when I had a guest right over here, I thought, well, I would like to put it into this quintet power center, but that meant I had to unplug all my computer stuff. I don't want that. So I got me one. This one will go to the computer side, giving me also 3 more outlets. And this one is going to be used to power all the stuff that is going to be as a guest here in my house. So that's why at the moment it is a mess in my house. But this is the hobby, but this is also my living room. And one thing which is a little bit more sad is that this is the preamplifier from Itos. This is my main preamplifier, that you know that I have a lot of tubes in there, and it is not working at the moment. Now it is 30 years old, so this is what is going to happen every now and then. But last week, because it's actually not the preamp but the power section for the preamp, in this design this is completely separated from everything that is preamp. All the power stuff is right in here, and as of a week ago it started making strange noises when I turned it on. So what I did was I took out the preamp, and I have a spare, because this will happen every now and then from AVM. So this is the preamp, and I was playing this preamp with my, as you know, I have these OTL monoblocks. And one of the things I did was to play those monoblocks, so when they were still there, and I was using them as an experiment to play the LS3 5As from SoundArtist. So, and that was an unusual combination, because if you buy this one new today, these are 30 years old and I paid just a few bucks for it, but new today, that set together with the amplifier would cost you somewhere around $30,000, 30,000, and this one is about 600. So it's a strange comparison, but playing the Itos monoblocks on this SoundArtist LS3 5A was really something special. That is a match made in heaven. But after some 20 minutes, one of the tubes on the amp, because I was getting some distortion and trying it out, this one, I don't know what it does, but this one was going crooked. Now this will happen with tubes every now and then, and I don't know if that is because this loudspeaker may be a bit more difficult to drive, or the tube was going to go anyways, I don't know. But so now my whole main amplification, preamp plus mono amps, are out of order. So what I did was get the Wilsonton, because you can use this Wilsonton in different ways. So over there I have a Bluesound streamer, so I have this long cable over here going into the CD input from the Wilsonton, and if I use the Wilsonton as a integrated amp, I can play everything from the Bluesound to the loudspeakers. But I've also the setup where what I want to play, for example, when I'm watching a movie. So I do have a cable going from the preamp to the Wilsonton, because this has a preamp input, meaning you can use it as a power amp. So now I have the same setup as with my dual mono amplifiers, but now this is the power amp, and I'm using it both as a power amp and as an integrated amp, as you can see. So that's what's happening. Some of these filters are going to be changed. I am making some more. I'm working on making some cables. Now these are the original, something I picked up this week also for a very nice price, because these things are very expensive. But these are the Oyaide cables, male and female. And you know they are original because it has this strange sticker that you need on it, and the lettering, because there's a lot, because these things are so expensive. A lot of people make, of course, fakes, and they will try to sell you those for a lot of money. For example, over here on the power cables, this is an original, as you can see on the 3D sticker. This one looks like it, but it has this gold sticker instead of the more silver sticker, and it does not have the special sticker on it, so these are not originals. That is how I bought them. Same goes for the female part. As you can see, no sticker on it. And another thing to know is this genuine Oyaide is that they come in these nice metal boxes, and they come with, I do this with one hand, they come with a little manual in there. Sometimes these are fakes, so they will pretend to be real, but they're not. And some other manufacturers don't even bother to put anything on their boxes, and I see it every week, people putting on Craigslist here Oyaide power cables, and you just know those are not originals, but the prices for the originals are very high. So 90% of the connectors that I have been bought second hand. So I am making more power cables, and that's why this mess is over here. So that's what I wanted to share with you for today. A lot of changes. I'm trying to make a second system with things that I can put away when I don't use it and bring back when I have a guest. And it also means, and that means that I can keep my main system like it is. And it also means that because all this stuff that I'm having right here, like the quads, have to come from downstairs, I do all my cable management and then I have to take it out again, and that's something I do not like. So what I'm trying to create here is an extra pair of stands, an extra or one source that I don't use anywhere else, power and loudspeaker cable, stuff like that, so I can always get a guest, put everything on and not have to make a mess in 2 other rooms in my house. Now remember, this may sound like a complaint, but it's not. This is what having a YouTube channel does to your living room if you don't take care. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this video, I'm going to put it up, and then I'm going to clean up, and hopefully everything will be a bit more efficient around here. Okay, so don't forget to watch the Grundig movie that I put on YouTube yesterday. And for today I say thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.